I work on this every day, building up my core pillars, my mental, physical, emotional, and my spiritual. Man, I work on those every single day. So I went through most of my life lacking three of those. I've always been physically fit in sports and all that, so that hasn't never been a problem. But the other three I've lacked so much, and it has really took control of my life. Like I haven't been able to think. I just felt like there's been a weight, on me. So I work on those every day. And now that they are strong, like I feel like I'm in total control of my life. I feel everything's smoother, everything's running good. Like I can't even imagine what the peak looks like. That's how early on I am in this situation right now, and what my new life looks like.
Welcome to the Your Peak Life podcast. Let's conquer the summit of life and reach the apex of our potential.
Welcome back to another episode of the Your Peak Life podcast. Today, our special guest is Brandon Boggs with M.A.D Home Inspections. Yeah. Can we tell the people what M.A.D means? Because it's not Mothers Against Drunk Driving, right?
No, it is not. It is my American dream. So
love it.
Being prior military, it was a good fit.
Awesome.
Name I picked out from the very beginning, and I never really strayed from it.
Yeah. Well, that's another reason you're a good fit here. We're obviously veteran-owned.
Exactly.
You're veteran-owned. We service a lot of veterans. So really, just tell the people a little bit about yourself, what you do.
Yes. So originally from New Hampshire, your neck of the woods, basically. My parents are my mom is from Massachusetts, so I grew up a lot in Massachusetts. So, I grew up in New Hampshire, tried the whole college thing out. The only reason I went to college was to continue to play basketball, which ended up being good. I didn't really get much out of the education, to be honest. Haven't used my degree or anything like that.
So you played college ball?
Played college ball.
Why
4
is he
years.
Why are you not in the basketball group?
My knees are not what they used to be, but I can still shoot it with the best of them. But man, my knees.
We're gonna have
toast.
to have you out.
Yeah,
I gotta see it.
It's a 35 and up league. We'll be all right.
I'd love to play. Yeah, so I went to college, tried that all out, played ball, got my degree, met my wife there. So I did get something out of college. Then I kicked it around New Hampshire for a while. I tried to get jobs, doing stuff I didn't really like, selling cars, telemarketing, all kinds of stuff. And then my brother had joined the Navy 6 years prior from me, and he kept saying, join. He's
and
special.
you were Navy as well?
I'm Navy, yep. So he was SWCC, ended up being a SEAL. So our plan was to go that route together. So he was waiting on me. So I was just trying to do the whole American, trail, go to college, get a job, and you'll be straight. Couldn't be further from the truth, as I realized as I got older. But so none of that worked out. Ended up getting my girlfriend at the time, before she was my wife, pregnant. So I was like, man, I got to do something. So I joined the Navy, and then it brought me to Virginia. And luckily, my whole career has been spent in Virginia. So which was by design.
I hear that so much here.
Yeah. What was your rate?
AD.
I was at AT.
AT?
Yep. Where'd you serve?
I did HM 15, HM 14, FRC, and now I'm at the schoolhouse.
So he knows Eric and Sebastian and all them.
I was with Eric at 15 for a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah, at the end of his tour. I was at the end of my tour when he showed up.
Yeah, I was a ship guy.
So how many years?
Fifth, hit it all, 14, a little over 14.
Okay.
So, and I'm getting out probably within the next 6 days.
So you're still in?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you are still active duty?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Wait, you're saying you're getting out when?
It should be beginning of the next month. So.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know you were still in either.
Yeah.
So what plugged you to get out at 14 years?
So the main reason behind all of that was my kids. They're getting to that age where I'm not trying to miss any more time. So I was in a high-tempo environment my whole career, so I was gone a lot. My daughter's now in high school, freshman. So I'm thinking, man, I only got 4 years left with her.
Yeah, no doubt.
Before she's gone. And she's a gymnastics superstar, so she's going to get college rides and stuff like that. So I literally only have 4 years left.
Yeah.
And then my last tour would have been at sea, so I wasn't trying to be away anymore. So
Trust me, I know that.
So I finally said, man, I got to do something. So I started M.A.D Home Inspections about 14 months ago, and in hopes to get out and have something to rely on.
Well, how'd that come about? I know you have some strategic partnerships there. What led you down that path? Like, how do you hook up with Kyle and Steven and all these guys? You're,
Yeah.
you're not from here, right?
No.
You're a Navy transplant, just like all of us.
Yeah.
What that process looked like for you getting into the business?
So yeah, let me take it back a little bit. So being in the Navy, I took full advantage of the VA loans. You know, I bought many houses, you know, fixed them up, rented them out, sold them, did that for a long time. During that process, I got to see home inspectors all the time in there.
Of course.
And to me, it made sense. I always in the back of my mind, like, hey, this is something I can do. Easy transition too, because in the Navy, I inspected helicopters my entire career, so it was a good transition. So I always kept that in the back of my mind.
CDI.
Exactly. So eventually, I was like, and I got into the business when I got to my last duty station at the schoolhouse. So I got with a couple other companies and got certified and got going. Fell in love with it really fast.
You
So,
served at the HMs, the schoolhouse, but you probably know a lot of people that know me, man.
yeah. You were FRC at one point,
I
right?
spent some time there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
was
did
there.
4 carriers, and then I did FRC Oceana.
Yeah, I
So
was there from 15 to 17.
you got there right after I
When
left.
when was your last deployment?
So I haven't been deployed in a while, luckily.
Okay.
I think 2018, I think is the last time I went away.
Gotcha.
So that's been good. Been on shore duty the last 4 years. So
And you clearly been on probably terminal leave, I would imagine.
yeah. So I'm on. I was on
Judging by the
convalescent.
beard.
Yeah, I was on
Short time in
convalescent. My convalescent leave. I had knee surgery on
Okay.
April 1st, so I've been on convalescent. But I go back and
Rolling
get my
that in.
DD-214, and
Yeah,
then I'm
gotcha.
gone. So.
Love it, man.
So where did the connection come from with your partners? Like,
Yeah, so I met Kyle. I've been doing Kyle's home inspection since he pretty much started real estate. So we've always, had a little bit of relationship, but it really happened over a round of golf, to be honest. So we were members at Greenbrier, and then after a round, me and Kyle, having lunch, having some drinks, and I mentioned, hey man, I'm thinking about, starting a home inspection company, getting out of the Navy. I made up my mind. So, and let me pick your brain, and we just hit it off, and then one thing led to another, and we decided that it was the right time. And if you've ever met Kyle, he's got the gift of gab, man. You can put it in front of anybody, and he lights up a room. He can work.
That's why
a room
he's a
real
good salesman. Man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So, and he's a solid dude, good family man. So it was easy with him. And then obviously Steven's a member up there as well. I've known Steven through Alvin, so I've known Alvin.
Shout out to Alvin,
Yeah,
Steven.
I've known Alvin
All you
for
guys. Kyle.
since his first gym. So I met Steven a couple times along the way, and I obviously his reputation speaks for himself. So, and I don't like to think of myself as an idiot. So I mean, strategically,
Sound like you're surrounded by a couple solid real estate cats, and
strategically, Stephen Doe made a lot of sense.
yeah,
to
you
bring
found
on
your
board,
tribe,
so.
man. I like it.
And I'm a kind of guy that likes to, I could have slowly, made this happen for myself, but, they kind of light the fire for me, and
Yeah,
you got
no
a
doubt.
jump start, and that's the way we wanted it. So
And they got connections, man.
that's what I mean.
All
And
over
they're
the place.
solid.
You're stronger
Yeah,
together,
solid
stronger
guys.
together. More
Solid
people, as
dudes,
you guys
man.
understand,
Yeah, for
family
sure.
stronger together. So
Absolutely, man.
it's kind of how that kicked off.
How
love
many
it.
married? How many kids?
Married,
Together?
been married 14 years this April. Been together 20 years. So, and we have 2 kids.
So you're getting out of the military. You kind of made up your mind. Hey, I need more time with my family. Recoup that time with that family because your daughter's getting older. She's getting involved with all these activities, things like that. But now you own a business. How's that time looking like?
Exactly.
I heard he's
So-
got a great admin though.
Yeah, my admin. Yeah, that's my mom. So she kills it.
I love it.
Yeah,
Your
she-
mom?
Yeah, she makes my days super
Sounds
easy,
nice.
bro. She
I
was
like
she,
it even more.
She moved down 3 years ago now to be closer to the grandkids and whatnot. So, and she was driving Uber, and it's crazy out there these days. So
Yeah.
and
Shit.
and then as we got busier, it was tough for me to
plug her in.
do. And she sits at home and just nails it. She's been awesome. So,
Love it.
Nice.
but yeah,
That's great.
How
but
many
time-
home-
oh, go ahead.
How many home inspectors you guys have now?
We have, including me, 3. So,
Okay.
and then another one in training right now. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
No, you were saying with time.
Yeah, man, it's a whole new beast, but I think it fits well just because I know in the back of my mind I'm not going away again. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm coming home every day. I get to
Yes.
see my kids every day. Now that I don't have the Navy, I get to see them off to school. I mean, everything's so much better. The
You're in charge, man,
yeah,
right?
I'm
Like
in charge of my life again.
you can shift it, right? Like if you have that appointment at 4, but you know your daughter has an event, hey, one of you other 3 inspectors go do that, or hey, admin, can you call that client and shift that because this is more important, and you have that
Exactly.
power now.
Yep.
Well, listen. Yesterday, these guys know. Yesterday, I came home to my kindergartner in trouble because he flipped off half the school bus. And even those moments are precious because if not, you would have been on deployment. You would have heard about it on a phone call, an
Dad's
email.
not going to be able to address it. Yeah.
Exactly.
That, and it's just that moment.
Yeah.
It's hilarious between just the interaction between just me and my wife scolding our kid, but we're laughing. We're like, this motherfucker, right? Like, it's those. It's just, it's way different. That moment would have never happened if I was out on deployment or detachments or whatever.
And those are the things you don't realize you're missing. Those are just such
Absolutely.
small things. And like when you look back on your career and all your time was spent, I mean, was it worth it?
Right. And then when I was in, it was during the wars and everything with Iraq and Afghanistan and all that stuff. We were dropping bombs or whatever. But now deployments are kind of shifting back to normal where it's not a lot of action. You're just kind of out there. Yeah. Like, I get it. We're showing force, but what else are you doing?
Yeah, what is it for? Yeah. I thought about that a lot.
So let me ask you, what about, so obviously your chain of command, the people in the Navy, they know you have a business. How was that dynamic? Like, were they supportive? Were they kind of against you?
That's a no.
Yeah, and we have somebody else.
Yeah, it came in waves. So at first, my chain of command was real cool about it. I know I already committed to get out, signed away everything, my quota and all that. So, and like I said, I'm on shooter. It's real lackadaisical. Not really much going on. So it was supported for a long time, and kind of why I'm getting out now sooner. I'm not supposed to get out till January. So there's some things in there that have caused me to get out earlier. Really took me into the skipper's office to have a conversation like, hey, I need to get out of the Navy now. So a new chain of command took over, and they weren't supportive of any of this. So, and I already made my mind up. I mean, it's over. You can kick me out. You can do whatever you want. I'm basically taking control back of my life, and it's been almost 15 years when it hasn't been like that. Yep. And what a relief. I mean, you don't realize it. Like I've been saying before, what a burden this stuff can be. You just live the day to day, and you let it pass. You let it build up so much, and then one day it's just it clicks. Like, hey, this ain't for me anymore. So
Yeah.
And
I walked away after 14 years too, man. So I get it.
And then there's a lot of those peers that they don't believe you. Oh,
Exactly.
he'll sign. He'll stay in. You get that too. And it's you commit, you get out, you'll be all right. I mean, you've already established yourself, I would say, here in Hampton Roads.
That's what the Navy or military in general does. It provides comfort, and if it swallows up a lot of people, and you get so comfortable with the paycheck and the insurance and all that, and you just kind of stay stagnant. And it wasn't working for me anymore, and that's mainly, besides the family aspect, that's really what kind of clicked for me.
Yeah, there's a ceiling there. It's like,
Yeah.
what else? What else?
What am I going to do? Yeah, I'm not going to chase a check the rest of my life when I can go out and, I can go out and create something. And I love the grind. Like, having this business has been the most rewarding thing for me. Like, what I put into it, I'm going to get out of it.
Yep.
And the grind and the journey is been amazing. And I can't wait to keep going.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
My 5-year anniversary of leaving the Navy was yesterday.
Congrats, dude.
We're 7 Iron Valley real estate franchises in, 2 Noble Talent Escrow offices in, a personal brand for coaching and speaking and writing. So I'm here to tell you made the right fucking choice.
Yes,
bet on yourself.
Yeah.
What you get out of yourself will be exactly what you put into it. And I don't think there's a better reward in life than that.
There's not. Yeah.
Like, you see the fruits of your labor every day. You don't have somebody else telling you what that's supposed to be. You don't have to come to work, bro. You're a retired senior chief. You know what I mean? You get up and come to work because you want to do that.
Facts.
And I feel the same way. I don't wake up worried about who's structuring my time or going to tell me what to do next or tell me, I need more time in grade, even though I'm super qualified. Like, that was the biggest thing in the military. You could be the most qualified, the hardest working, the best looking, show up on time, leave late. It don't matter if somebody's on the pecking order or the good old boy gang or any of that.
Yep.
Out here, what we do, you only eat what you kill.
Right.
So it becomes different. There's nobody holding you back but you, and that's the freedom aspect of it.
And it's awesome feeling.
Yeah. But he's still taking it. He's like, man, 6 days.
Yeah,
bro.
and then when you're officially out, you're still gonna, you're just gonna be like, wow, what a relief! Like, the watches, the
Yeah, I'm already feeling it.
nothing, and we just went over, was it the 1 year anniversary? You guys just had that,
Yes.
and that was a great turnout, and all the guys were there. Good seeing those guys, and it also shows, you got your little following, you got your committed clients and agents.
Yep.
Like, that's also got to be a great feeling to seeing all those people show up for you guys to celebrate your 1 year.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a huge piece too, man. Getting that foothold before you walk away.
Yeah, that was the goal.
Sure. Edwin and I did this part-time almost the whole time we served, right?
Yeah.
So when we walked away, it wasn't like we're not starting from scratch.
Correct.
I'm just diving all the way in now.
Right.
Same thing for you.
Yeah.
The moment that chain is gone, you're gonna go bananas, bro. You guys might triple in size. Who knows? Because it's just at that point it's
time
fair
now.
game. You're not dealing with anybody's bullshit. You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have people holding you back or controlling your time. It's really
What does this next year look like for you?
Just growth, man. Now that, like you said, now that I get put 100% of my time and effort into this, man, I'm excited.
Yeah, with no kickback, man. Like, even just from a marketing aspect. Because we have agents here that are in the military.
Yeah.
Andy's a perfect example, bro. Like, he can't really push or market the way that you would because he'll get blowback. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
That's Andy Gomez.
yeah. Once you get that
Which
freedom
he just
ribbon.
texted me, just showing my house.
Once you get that freedom ribbon, bro, you're going to be able to go all in. And it's, you think you guys are doing good now?
Yeah.
This time next year, we're gonna be at your holiday party.
Yeah. Speaking of Andy Gomez, you want to bring that up?
Yeah. So Andy Gomez, his brother.
Oh,
We
Yeah,
found
you
that out at the 1 year
At the 1
anniversary.
year.
Yep.
Yep.
Found out you hired
That's dope.
his brother.
Yep, George. We brought him on recently. Great addition. Most down to earth, cool dude.
He's
been
a
on-
goofball.
He is, man. But it works. It works in this industry. I mean,
Yeah,
you
you
show
need
up
that.
to an inspection as a stiff and
No,
man,
he
it's-
has-
everybody's hurting immediately.
yeah, you're putting out the wrong vibes, and that's
Yeah.
something. I'm going to be in charge of all the training here, obviously. So that's something I always look for. I don't want somebody who has major experience if he's not going to be able to interact with people.
Right,
So
right.
It's all about the people, man. Agents, clients, the relationships are everything. So George fits in perfect, super cool, and he's been on his own for a month now, and he's already got like 4 or 5 reviews. So he's killing it.
man.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to have you guys back in for a training or another peak performance class or something.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
maybe,
Like I got time now to be at
Or
everything.
maybe this
so.
summer's like 3-on-3, 4-on-4 classic. Kaleo got it in his backyard now, so
Let's
Yeah.
go.
you know what I'm saying?
let's do
We'll
it.
swing through.
Pickleball.
Pickle.
I got Stephen Doe's wife.
So
That would be the dough I would choose too.
yeah. So we inside scoop here.
Inside joke.
We built this podcast kind of off of the training program, which you had a sneak peek of. You were
Yeah.
one of the first sponsors. We ask everybody, what's that mean to you? What does your peak life look like to you? And I think you kind of dove into it with getting out of the military. But this time next year, what's an ideal day for you?
So
What's your life look like?
What that looks like for me is, I spend a lot. I work on this every day, building up my core pillars, my mental, physical, emotional, and what is it? Mental, physical, emotional, and my spiritual. Man, I work on those every single day. So I went through most of my life lacking 3 of those. I've always been physically fit in sports and all that, so that hasn't never been a problem. But the other 3 I've lacked so much, and it has really took control of my life. Like I haven't been able to think. I just felt like there's been a weight, on me. So I work on those every day, and now that they are strong, like I feel like I'm in total control of my life. I feel everything's smoother, everything's running good. Like I can't even imagine what the peak looks like. That's how early on I am in this situation right now, and the new what my new life looks like.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
So for me, it's just keeping those strong because that's going to guide me in anything I do.
And everyone you lead.
And I'll be more present. I'm more present as a father, a husband, friend, everything. So
I couldn't agree more.
yeah. So I mean, I'm excited to see where it goes, but I'm not even close to the peak yet. So
I love it. You got to keep on climbing. When you get to the top of the peak, you're just going to see another one. You got to go climb the next mountain. That's
like
the
that.
whole basis of all of it. Like,
Yeah, I like
it
that.
never stops. That's why we got that right there.
Yeah.
You know, climb higher, bitch. Like, it's just what it is. Like, you're never going to be done until you die.
right.
You know, you
Yeah,
can
I mean,
retire, but
yeah.
you know when people retire and croak immediately?
Yeah.
Most of them, okay? So, is that why you still come to work, bro?
Yeah, definitely. Right? I don't come to work. I'm done. But you know, a lot of people look at us, right, and they look at us as a powerhouse because all of our partners are pretty, you know, badass, right? Individually, we're all great leaders, right? And collectively, we're pretty much unstoppable. And I look at you guys kind of in the same way. I mean,
appreciate
you
that.
guys are
The
like-
dynamic.
the
Yeah.
dynamic. You can individually, you are all individually successful. You're all individual leaders, but together,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys had the recipe, boy. Y'all was cooking in the kitchen with that. Hey, so you know it's good to see. And even though you know we're you know Stephen Doe's at another company, Cal's at another company, just the support of they're just dope individuals,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's good to see, you know, another company, right? Another set of high executing individuals just collaborating together to get to the business to the next level. So that's super cool from an outside perspective, you know, for you guys.
I love it.
I appreciate
mean, we
that.
support your whole circle. You know, we got the corporate account at Iron Asylum. We've always, maybe not this week, but we'll
I
get
was
back
there
on
today.
track. But
I was there
He was
today.
there today. I
I was
worked
there
out at
today.
home, but I don't know why I've been doing calisthenics and running instead of going to the weight room.
Better.
But,
I'm a big runner.
What'd
too,
you
man.
say?
I love
It's
running.
better, but no, and then it's cool. You know, you run into Alvin over there at the gym. You know, we saw him the
You know,
week.
yeah, Bruno's going to do one of our events is going to be sponsored and co-ran with them. So
Right.
we just keep building each other up, man.
I love it.
The last thing that we ask everybody, you know, we sit here and ask people questions and interview them. Do you have any questions for us? Anything that maybe you're hearing in the streets that you want to clear the air on or something? I don't know.
No, I wanted to pick your brain a little, and we touched on it a little bit, and it's kind of a two-part. And it's just for everybody. So, at what point in your military careers did you realize like, hey, you know, I can do something like this has got to end?
So for me, it was when I didn't align with the chain of command. That's the answer. Like when my values didn't align with my captain, and I was a senior listed watchbook coordinator. You know, I had a phenomenal captain that supported me, but our vision just wasn't in line.
Yeah.
You know, and I felt I was just outdated. You know, I did 23 years, so you know the young kids coming in the Navy, I just didn't relate. You know, honestly, I think that's from my perspective. I wasn't in line with, and I just didn't have the motivation anymore. You know how, you know, Mike kind of alluded to it earlier. I come to work because I want to, right? It doesn't feel like a job. I'm excited, like for real, every day.
Yeah.
I used to be like that in the Navy as well, until it wasn't, and that's when I retired.
For me, I just joined because I needed to get the fuck out of LA. I was one of those guys that I really didn't have much going on, or I was going to get in trouble. And I had kids really young, so there was the housing aspect, all of that. And I just wanted to do my 4 years and get out. I signed up for another 4 I'm not going to go into all the details, but no, I never wanted to stay in. It was not the place for me. I didn't like the rank structure. I didn't like the segregations with officers. Here, I can't talk to this motherfucker. That I look at everybody kind of equal, and I could work hard. And to Mike's point, it's like I'm qualified E4 running a shop with a bunch of lazy fucking E5s and E6s. Why are they getting paid more?
For me, there was the beginning of my career where I actually tried to get kicked out because my sisters were homeless at the time. My dad was in prison, and then their mom went to prison, so I was trying to get kicked out. My first chief in the Navy said, "What are you going to do, go home and sell crack, flip burgers? Like, stay here and set the example." So I ended up staying in. And then I had my first kid. From that moment to the day I made chief was like kind of like what I say now. You know, when we run around here, everybody's fucked. Like, I woke up every day with the idea that you couldn't see me. It's not going to happen. My uniform's going to be better. My boots going to be better. My haircut's going to be better. I'm going to study more than everybody. I have to make rank. I have to work harder because I never went to school and it's a highly technical rate. I was undesignated. Like, so I took the collateral duties. I took the shitty jobs. I did them well. And I really loved helping other people do the same. But then things start happening, man. Even before the stuff went down with the ex-wife, it's just like rules start changing and certain things start getting implemented and the uniforms change again. And now you're allowed to do this with your hair and that with your face and this with the jewelry. And like, you're supposed to conform to the military. The military is not supposed to conform to you.
100% agree. I've said that
So
many times.
when they started changing rules for the 0.0098% of the population in service, that's when I was like, this is a joke. And then when I got reprimanded for speaking my mind and told, well, if you're going to be a leader, no. If you're going to be a leader, you should speak your fucking mind and tell people the truth. That's what leaders really do. Mm-hmm. They don't fake it until they make it just to support a mission on blind faith. No, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Your people will never follow you. So when that started happening, it was right around when I was like Sailor of the Year, ranked EP on the ship first year that I'm there as a first class, make chief first time up. I mean, I'm killing it. But my personal life is dying. My business is hindered. I know I can go make more money than I'm making here, but I'm giving you guys everything I got because I wanted to be a Master Chief before I was 30.
Yeah.
I had this thing in my head where I'm going to make Master Chief before I'm 30 years old because, like, I can do that. And I was on track to make Senior Chief first time up, and then I went through an ugly divorce. Some things happened. The chain of command basically tried to oust me, and I fought them, and I won. And I wasn't going to hang around without the anchors that I fucking earned on my collar. Yeah. So I read a book called Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. And then I read Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziosi, both on my last underway in the Navy. Breland Powell was my LPO. Yeah. And I had wrote to the skipper, well, since I won the ADSET board and you don't have any proof, I can get reinstated, right? He replies back, ADSET boards and NJPs are separate proceedings. I still think you're guilty, so no, I won't. That's fine. Go to Washington Navy Yard. I sent a letter to Navy Personnel Command, and they basically replied back, said, yes, you could do this, but it's going to take about 18 months. I looked at the paperwork. I read these books. My EAOS was in 30 days. I went to Command Career Counselor and said, I'm going home. And still everybody was like, but you won. You could stay. Why would you leave? I'm like, why would I stay?
Yeah.
Not happening, bro. It's just not happening. You want me to be a guy that's qualified to make Senior Chief first time up, running around here as a second class based on allegations that nobody proved. Mm-hmm. So that's my story. That's why I left. But I was doing real estate for a decade of that time.
Yeah.
I kind of always knew that's what I'm going to do. That's what's going to change my life. That's what's going to set the family up, you know. But that's the combination of all of those items. It took all of that for me to walk away. When I could have walked away 10 years ago and been doing this stuff.
Yeah.
But I was so good at it. It was like hard to walk away, man. Yeah. Like I still get calls right now from sailors that works for me or people that are making chief that call me out the blue and say, you have no idea how much you influenced me. Will you give me a charge in my book, this and that?
That's what it's all about right there.
You know, so yeah, that right there. Company party, Christmas party. These assholes conspire against me. I never got a shadow box as a chief, right? So these guys go get one, create something called the Iron Valley Goat Locker. His wife and Edwin are behind it all. Probably Jason Barclay.
No,
too.
it was Jason Barclay.
Yeah.
It was his
so,
main idea.
but like when those things happen, I'm like, damn, I made the right decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, we could call it chain of command, we could call it the Navy, we could call it whatever, but it was a culmination of a lot of different shit that was like, you know what? My kids need me, man. Like I'm going through a divorce. There's no way I'm going to see my kids at the rate I want to see them unless I'm not here.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, when you're going through a custody battle and you're active duty and the other person isn't, you're in a disadvantaged position
right away.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
so those things really weighed into my decision. I don't usually get that granular with it, but since we're sitting here diving into it, that's why I left, man. Not because I didn't enjoy it, not because I wasn't great at it, not because they didn't pay enough. I mean, I had pride in what I was doing. And it became a point where I was no longer prideful in that environment.
Yeah.
That particular place. Not the whole Navy.
Right.
Just there.
Yeah.
You know. And I think a lot of that has come from talking to you too, because when we first started kicking it, it's like, damn, Mike really hating on the Chiefs mess, But it was just my experience at that point in time that put a bad taste in my mouth, man. But there were people, and they get shout outs. You see my flowers, flowers on Sunday. There are people that stood up and were there for me.
Yeah.
The percentage, a lot lower than you would think. You serve with 100,000 people over the course of 14 years on 4 or 5 different carriers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To have only 2 people show up in person, that's crazy.
Yeah, and
Makes sense to me
what
now.
you're gonna see, and what most people say, like, I miss the camaraderie. That's about it.
Yeah, but
built
you
that
guys,
here,
you guys got
though.
that.
Yeah,
here.
we got that
exactly.
here.
And you're
You got it.
building
You got it.
Yeah.
100%.
You guys.
And that was the
got
other
it.
part of the question too. How did y'all get together?
I think the first, you hit me up, and then I came and had lunch with you at Yard House. And you came back, saw the office, and then it was like a month later, Edgar came in and signed up. He had been shopping. Like, when Edgar shows up for his interview, it wasn't like, hey, I'm looking for a brokerage. It was like, hey, I've been to these other places. This is what I don't like. And I was like, man,
Yeah.
we're not worried about that, or that.
That's I was leaving I was starting to grow in my career, and where I was at was good brokerage, just stale.
Yeah.
And I was just shopping, and also to your point, I wanted to be an owner of some type or a broker, and I heard these guys had just opened up, so it was kind of like maybe I could catch the growth,
Yeah.
learn some stuff. So that's kind of what I was looking for. I didn't divulge that then, but that was kind of like what the plan was, to just watch, and still do real estate. But that's how we met. I walked in, I texted our other partner or whoever it was, or maybe it was you. I can't remember who I text first.
I just remember signing you. I don't know who you.
Yeah, we
You
scheduled.
might have
We met
texted
here,
Eric, and I was here or whatever.
and
but-
yeah, I just showed up, and this is what I want.
And
This is what
he had a relationship with one of my realtors, Charles. He already knew him.
Oh yeah,
And, that was how me and Edgar
Connected.
connected.
And then
That's
he
right.
came to check out Iron Valley. They were here.
Oh, as a matter of fact, and I've never said this, during that interview, it's him and Chris, and they're talking. And I always say this story. It's like, I work with this company and this company, got marketing agreements or whatever. And Mike's like, I don't give a fuck who you work with.
There.
Fucking sell houses. And then here comes Edwin. Yo, this place changed my life. It's fucking great. And this is and now he's not in ownership or anything. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I don't want to talk to you, but he's back there like, yo, this is fucking no.
But
but that's Edwin, right?
And that's me. Like, bro, I don't give a
Did
shit
I lie?
what you do. Do you take care of your
No.
clients? So,
No, but that was my interview with these guys.
and then Edwin, it was he couldn't get another top producer on the line, right? He was leaving the
I was
military.
I was transitioning. I was a senior chief. I was transitioning, and just by nature, right, I'm looking for a mentor. It's just what I known since I started the Navy.
Yeah.
I still keep in contact with mentors, right? And nobody would answer me, like seriously. And I've been in the business for, at that point, probably like 18 years, 17 years.
Jeez.
So a lot of people knew me,
Yeah.
right? But for whatever reasons, busyness, or they just didn't want to, whatever the case may be, nobody did except Mike. And when I met him, he was different,
I was just coming off a $20 million a year too. It
Yeah.
wasn't like I just never had my nose in the air like that.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro, you're a retired senior chief. Somebody sent you my way. I've always been huge on honoring my own fucking name. If somebody said to Edwin Rodriguez, you need to talk to Mike Little, I'm going to make sure he gets the opportunity to talk to me, if that makes
cool.
sense,
Yeah.
right? Because whoever told you that probably holds me in high regard, and I'm not going to allow that to go unnoticed, if that makes sense.
And
a great mindset.
even now, like, we could go the other day. There's so many people that know me very well and know him very well. We just didn't know it
it's
was the
crazy.
person.
It's insane.
So it was just, I met them. They were different. I tell the story all the time. I came in here and it felt like you know, I was on Wall Street at the stock exchange, you know. Like that was my like first introduction.
And now we could do it in Spanish and bring contractors and bring, you know, empanadas and what's the other one? What'd your mom just drop off? What was that cake? That triple layer tres leches mousse chocolate, whatever.
with the fresh strawberries.
Strawberries.
That was not tres leches. That's just a normal cake.
Yeah, well, it was great.
I'm gonna get some on the way out.
Yeah, he's getting a slice on the way out.
But yeah, man.
But we all come and then we got together and then just us producing, I think, built
And we
a
vibe.
friendship.
Yeah, it was
Right? We like basketball. We start
we
playing
play ball
basketball.
together. We go to the weight room together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, and we've all seen each other, and even in the short span that we've known each other, you know, he's had his down moments, so has Eric, everybody here, and we've all held each other up in one way or talked or,
Yeah.
you know, just held each other down.
Yeah, there's a lot that nobody knows or sees. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we talk about our spouses, our kids, our personal issues, maybe a transitioning issue.
Yeah, it really is that
It makes
therapeutic
it real. Makes it real.
conversation. Sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes it's not just your spouse that you need to have conversations with, or there's a business part where, fuck, we don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the other day I was, you know, was in my feelings, you know, talking to Edgar, and he gave me a completely perspective that I never would have thought of. Because it's Edgar.
Yeah.
Right? And our business relationship stems farther than friendship or business. Like it's like
we're
a
family,
brotherhood.
bro.
Yo.
We're family. Like the three of us, Eric, Jama, like even bringing Jama in. You serve with her husband.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So somebody's
Yeah.
tied somewhere.
Hold on, JMA was my sponsor when my wife became a chief.
Yeah, there you go. And then
I was the dependopotamus,
And then
the
her-
triceratops.
And then her husband was a chief with him.
Yeah.
Right? So everything
small.
just kind of ties together. But if you look at social media, like he had recruiting meetings going on. Eric was here dealing with agency issues. Me and him are down in North Carolina supporting the North Carolina office.
Yeah.
So it's real teamwork, man. Like real teamwork from everybody.
Yeah.
From Lori to Christy to look at Emmy still doing buyer mock trainings, and she's not even like the training coordinator anymore. You know, like people just when you take care of people, man, they take care of you.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
That's-
it's super cool.
That's it.
It's inspiring what you guys are doing for real.
Well, thank you. Same.
Yeah.
Same to you. Like, I didn't know you were open. You know, like when I went to the 1 year anniversary.
Bro, I did not know he was in the Navy.
Yeah, facts.
Actively.
Yo, at the 1
Who's your
year
training
an-
command?
yeah.
They might know us, bro. We might not be able to put this out yet.
Yeah, but the
We're the reason
partnership,
he leaves early.
well, the partnerships and everything that we see, like we know it's not gonna fucking fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah,
Those
no
guys
way.
haven't done anything ever that failed, right? Like, look at proof of concept. I mean,
Yeah.
even when we came together, he was selling houses, he was selling houses, I was selling houses, Eric was selling houses, Andy was selling houses, all at a high level, all doing different shit.
Yep.
Iron sharpens iron.
You know, so then we just took all of it and put it together, and now we have the training program, and now we have recruiting time blocked, and now we have training time blocked, and now we have it's just continuous process improvement.
Yeah.
There's that Navy shit for you. I got a black belt.
Well, hold on, and to give the Navy some props, I mean, a lot of it's structuring, right? Like,
Yeah, like
Yeah, well, so that's another thing too. My experience in the Navy, bro, I did so many different things. I ran the desk in production control. I ran the desk in 3M maintenance. I was a CDI. I was a QAR. I was a QAR LPO. I was like all of those things I did. I could go get a job
Well,
anywhere.
let me.
Especially with airspace.
I know you
stuff.
were asking us. It was one of the last questions, but what have you taken from the military and now implementing that you see like attention to detail?
I mean, the stuff that stuck with me the most is, I mean, like you guys said, if you work the hardest, and even if nobody notices, I mean, someone obviously notices it. But if you were working hard and outworking everybody else, that's going to transition no matter where you go. And then time management, which is now it's a different kind of time management that I'm dealing with now, but still being on time and just having a good attitude, man. It goes such a long way, especially nowadays, man. You have a good attitude and a work ethic. There's really not much standing in your way.
I couldn't agree more, man. Well, I think that'll wrap up this episode, unless you guys have anything else.
that's it. No,
That's
no.
off.
Well,
Appreciate
thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, click the link below to subscribe. We appreciate your support.
Thank you.